What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Baco here from EVGames, back with another video today. So today I'm going to be bringing you guys the average Reinhardt guide, one for the average gamer, for the guy trying to get out of gold into plat, for the plat trying to get into diamond, the struggles I faced. So there's plenty of guides out there on YouTube of how to play Reinhardt, and they're really good. I've watched a lot of them. Your Overwatch, Overwatch Central, other people, stuff like that. And they really helped me improve my Reinhardt, but these are just a personalized thing that I want to put together. Reinhardt's easily become one of my most played and favorite heroes to play, and probably one of my better ones too. I mean, which is not saying a lot considering he's not mechanically that good, but we'll go over that later. Anyway, so I mostly play on PlayStation. Actually, I only play Ryan on PlayStation. I don't play him on PC. If I play PC, I tend to troll, play Hanzo, but that's for another story. No, but really I'm pretty good with Hanzo. So Hanzo guide coming? No, I'll stop. But anyway, back to the video, the Reinhardt video. So what I'm going to do, put together just a couple pointers, tips, things you guys can look out for when playing as you watch me clutch out this round here on your screen. So if you guys are sitting there like, oh, why should we listen to this guy? You know, he's only diamond. He plays on PlayStation. What could he know? Oh, just get a little background. Like I said, I'm not amazing at the game, not a pro player. I'm just like you, and these are things that helped me get out of those lower ranks into, you know, mid diamond, almost masters this season, but I couldn't just pull it out. My overbuff ranking at one point was around the 300ths in the Reinhardt ranking out of all the players in the world playing PlayStation. So, but he fell out of the meta, so I haven't really been playing him that much. But he's still really good. He can still carry games. He may start coming back. It seems like the meta's starting to shift that way again. Maybe season 6 we'll see a little bit more Reinhardt, but. And again, this is just tips that you guys can really relate to, considering I've been in your guys' shoes, and this is stuff to help me carry out of games and almost into Masters. I've played a couple Masters games, but I've played them all season, starting around season 3 or 4, and then 5. Played them a little bit, but yeah. So let's get right into it, guys. Okay, so first things first, comms, communication. Number one most important thing when playing Reinhardt. Make sure you're talking to your team. Make sure they know what you're going to do. Are you going to shatter? Are you going to put your shield down? Are you pushing high ground? These are things that your team needs to know so they can actually follow you and you guys can work as a team to try to win. Okay, so number 2, it's going to be, I want you guys to focus on your shielding. So what I mean by this is blocking at the appropriate times, knowing when to block, when to fight. You have to have a good balance of shielding and swinging. So your shield time needs to be when you're pushing for a point, making space, etc. You don't want to just stand there the whole game and just get your shield shot because you're not doing anyone any good. You're just standing there in a giant target. But also you don't want to be caught just swinging too much and getting caught in these little fights where your back line dies and you're not actually performing your role as a tank. So that being said, managing your shield time and, for lack of a better term, your hammer time is going to be the next thing I want you guys to focus on to try to really improve your game to the next step. Following that, it's going to be your alt charge. So Reinhardt has a very fast alt charge. I'm not going to go through the specifics, the armors. You can Google it, Wikipedia, or YouTube it if you guys want. We all know swing does 75, fire strike does this, 100. I'm not going to go into all the specifics exactly what happens there, but he charges it alt fast. He's got short cooldowns in his fire strike. Use your fire strike. Charge your alt. Hit the other Rhine if they have another Rhine. Hit when they're lined up. Line them all up. Get multiple hits with your fire strike. Get the most value out of your fire strikes as you can. They're going to charge your alt fast. Of course, hitting pins charges it really fast too. So make sure you guys are charging that alt, getting hits in effectively, efficiently, and quickly. If you have the fire strike, I want that thing off cooldown. Use it to charge that alt. That's more important than trying to hit it far out the sky. All right, number 4. Probably the most more important one in my opinion. Earth Shatter. And I'm just going to keep this one short. Rip it. That's my advice. Rip it. Let her rip. It's too much of a problem with this game. Not with just Reinhardt. See it happen all the time through all the lower ranks. People just don't use their alts enough. You have them use them. Now, when I say rip it, don't mean waste it. Like, oh, your whole team's dead. Use Earth Shatter. Oh, Baco told me to rip it, so I ripped it. No hero plays here. Initiate. Use Earth Shatter. Initiate. It's a great initiation tool. When you have it, rip it. You'll get it quick. I said that alt charge is quick. That was my emphasis there. The more Earth Shatters you have, the more you hit, the more chance you're going to win and outplay the other Reinhardt. So that brings me into the 5th. point. It's the chess match that goes on between the other Reinhardt, if they have one, which most of the times if you switch to Rein, it's because they had Rein and they're wrecking you, but in this case, I want you guys to be that Rein that forces the other team to switch. So there's always a chess match that goes on, who hits the pin, who hits the shatter, you know, who gets the most fire strikes in. You're going to want to focus that and make sure you beat him, because if the Rein falls, usually the rest of the team goes with it. I know the dive comp, all this, but let's be serious. Matchmaking isn't that organized to where people run dive comp too effectively, and usually the main tank, a lot of times when people struggle, is Reinhardt, just to get something behind to push together. So take that anchor out. You're on your way to becoming a Reinhardt master. So the last thing I kind of want to talk about in this video is just my general playstyle and preferences. Those are kind of just theories I talked about earlier. So the way I play Reinhardt is a little bit more aggressive than most other Reinhardts. I like to initiate early into fights. I like to swing my hammer a lot. So this is my personal preference. Take into consideration everything I've said already. I do a lot of those things, but I also play a little bit more aggro than other people prefer their Reinhardts being played. It's just the way I kind of like to do the damage. And there's games where I've had gold damage over DPS players, so I do go a little crazy at times, but that's just my personal preference, and it's worked a lot of times. Sometimes it doesn't work, but it's just the way I play and just the way I like playing. So I'm just gonna give you guys a few tips if you guys are curious on how to do that. Okay, so normally I like to initiate a fight, and I'll tell my team early, like, hey guys, say for example we're playing Hanamura, and we're on attack, and that first choke is just a goddamn nightmare. I would just like, hey, first fight, I'm going in, I'm pinning someone right away, follow up, speed in, just looks before I pin, let's focus them down. And I'll do that. And a lot of times it works, sometimes it doesn't. But that's one way you can really be aggressive with Reinhardt and help your team initiate. Another thing is if you're playing defense, you see a Reinhardt pin you. I don't know if a lot of people know this or not, but I thought it was general knowledge, but I don't see it happen a lot. Pin them back. Do not let them pin you. If you pin them now, it doesn't even do any damage to either of you. So there's no negation to it unless it puts you in a bad spot. But most of the time, they're coming towards you. So you just want to make sure that stops. You don't take damage. That way, he gets focused when he hits you. He's going to be in your area. So if you're getting pinned, make sure you counter pin. They call it counter pinning. So I thought it was general knowledge, but then again, I don't ever really see it happening that much, or yet alone happen to me when I'm playing Rein. So I don't know if a lot of people know that or not. Alright, some more general tips here. Solo Earthshatter Sombra, as seen above. No, but seriously, Earthshatter can be a little tricky sometimes, especially if you're in a doorway or next to a wall. I can show you some clips here I did in the practice range on PC. It's the same on PlayStation 4. I've noticed a lot of times when I play, you just find yourself in a really weird situation, and you let your Earthshatter rip, and then you look up, and everyone's still standing up. You're like, what the heck just happened? And there's no shield to be found. So I can show you a couple clips here real quick, just to show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so first one here, the bot's kind of in the doorway, so doorways are kind of a concern. You can hit sometimes you can't, but there's just a quick example. Shattering in doorways can be kind of rough. So next one here is near the wall. So notice if you're too close to the wall, or the bots are too close to the wall, or the enemy's too close to the wall, they won't go down. As you can see here, they're still up. So just careful how close you are to the wall and how close the enemy is to the wall. Sometimes it won't register on that, one parallel to the wall. So the last piece of advice I'm going to give really today on this video that comes to mind is just really goes out to the console players. Just turn your sensitivity up. That's a pretty good general tip. I don't know if anyone's ever covered that. If you normally play on like a lower sense, turn it up to 75, 80, 100 even. It doesn't really matter with the Rein, as long as you can, control and not be erratic. Also, if you want to mess with the aim smoothing, turn that down. It gets a little jerky for some people, but all this stuff can help really get those quick turns, those quick hammer hits. You don't have to go too crazy with it, but just a little bit more added advantage when you can turn quicker when you're playing Reinhardt and swinging that hammer. It gives you kind of a PC feel. So that's all I really got for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed the video that I was playing in the background. It's from my Reinhardt compilation. Hope you guys thought the tips are cool. If so, let me know in the comments below. Give us a sub, give us a like if you like the content, and hopefully get some more videos to you guys real soon here. Alright, peace out. Take care, people.